Hi everybody, today I'm going to be doing a demonstration about pepper spray. I've got these different brands that I bought. These are new in the package. I'm going to open them up and test fire them for the first time right here. I'm going to show you side by side how they work, how well the dispersal pattern is. Now, I was unable to get a friend of mine to volunteer to be pepper sprayed in the face repeatedly, so today all I can do is test on this cardboard target. I'll have a new paper plate set up for each one. You can kind of see how much of the agent is deployed onto the paper plate, so you'll get an impression of how well it deploys. I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on how easy this thing is to carry. Obviously this one's too big for the pocket, but something like this, maybe like this, or like this would be good for pocket personal carry. This is actually my favorite size right here. I've actually got one of these I've been carrying in my pocket for the last couple weeks. I think this is my favorite, but we'll see how well it deploys. Okay, here's one I do not have a package for. This is one that I bought a little while ago when I kind of first was looking around for stuff. This is 10% pepper gel, and I don't have the package, but their package shows that it comes out in like a pencil stream, and I've test fired this before off camera, so this is probably about 6 months old. What I wanted to do to show you this is to show you the deployment methods I like and the deployment methods I don't like. I don't necessarily like this because it comes out in a very narrow stream like silly string, and it doesn't spray out in a pattern to where it'll easily cover the attacker's eyes and face, which is where it has to be. It has to be there in order to be effective. And you're having to fan back and forth and hope that you get that silly string type of stream into the face. Because it's not an aerosol spray, it doesn't necessarily flow behind the eyeglasses. If somebody's wearing sunglasses or something, you got to beware of that too. You want it to flow behind the sunglasses. So this is kind of an example of something that I'm necessarily not feeling too good about. But I'll show you this. Also, this is a training issue. I want to show you that even though this has the flip top, this one requires a lot of force to push down and get a full power. If I just push it down lightly, I'll get just a very, very weak stream come out of here and it won't come out. So I have to push this down hard to get a full power stream to come out. Another issue I wanted to show you. So this is the things to be aware of when you buy and when you test fire these. You should always have one to test fire and one to carry. See, that was kind of like the weak stream. I have to push it down all the way to get a full power stream. And you've got that gel that comes out. The gel is very sticky, but you saw me have to fan it across. And if somebody was wearing sunglasses, that wouldn't necessarily run behind the glasses unless I got them higher up from the glasses and allowed it to run in, which is taking a while. You can see that. So, you know, different people are going to have different philosophies. I'm not claiming to be a super expert mall ninja or anything, but I'm just showing you what I see. First up, this is kind of got my eye as the favorite. This is the Mace Triple-action pepper spray. Keep in mind, though, that this may not be legal in all jurisdictions. That's why Mace makes a Sabre Red brand, or Sabre makes a Sabre Red brand that's legal in more jurisdictions. Some may not approve of the OC combined with tear gas formula, so just be aware of your local laws. I don't want you to get in trouble on my account. This is my favorite because it's small enough for pocket carry. I've actually had one of these in my pocket for a while, and I think it's just the right size. But the real key is going to be how well the propellant is. Usually the smaller the canister, the weaker the propellant. So let's see if we can get this to deploy out at this range and get effective spray on the attacker target here. Now, I got a light wind here that's actually blowing from the left to the right. So you saw that it got dispersed to the right there. It is a pretty good stream for something as small as this. You're always going to have that trade-off between pressure and compactness. And that target is several paces away from me. It's much more than arm's length. And I'm going to bring the target in because really effectively, nobody's going to announce their intentions to you this far away. They're probably going to get within arm's reach before you realize that they are going to beat you within an inch of your life. So I'm going to bring that in closer so you can get a more realistic demonstration. Okay, once again, I'm going to be using the Mace Triple-action. This is the very small pocket size, and I'm going to be standing probably only 2 paces away. This would be from the attacker's arm reach to my arm's reach here. It's not directly within my arm's reach, but it's within, would be supposedly within 2 arms reaches of 2 people together. So this will kind of give me more of an idea of how well this is to get onto the face of the target. So that actually worked pretty well. I don't know if you can see that very well with this camera on the tripod like that. It's not colored in any way, it's just white, but I can see that it, by fanning across the face of that paper plate, it got right in there with no problems. I can't really tell you anything about the effectiveness. Like I said, nobody would volunteer to be pepper sprayed in the face, but it smells, it actually smells kind of like the orange cleaner stuff. I can't say anything about the potency, but they claim that it works, so I'm going to take their word for it. Okay, next up is going to be this Mace 10% pepper spray. It comes in this little leather case holster, and I don't know why it comes with that. It's kind of useless unless you're going to put it on a keychain. It doesn't have a belt clip or anything on it. It pulls out. This is one of these kinds that actually has the knob that you turn and then press down on it. And I am not sure how I feel about that. I actually think that this style here with the flip top, with the button press, is faster. Also, there's no way you can accidentally turn it around on yourself. You can only get to the flip top from the back. So I really like this style. I'm going to try this, kind of give you my impressions of it. See how this works. This is something more appropriate for like purse carry or keychain carry, because a female typically would not carry something like this in their pocket. They usually don't carry big things in their pocket, but they would have something like this on their keychain, which is nice because you already have it out in your hand when you're walking to your car. Okay, I already had a problem there because I was pushing on the tab and it did not deploy. It kind of dribbled out onto my hand. This brings up an important issue I wanted to talk about, and that is training. These things are affordable enough. You need to go ahead and buy 2 or 3 of these, one to practice with and one to carry. Because if you did like I did, like you didn't know any better, and you just thought, oh, I just turned this tab and push down on it, it does not deploy, and you would have been stuck in a bad situation at exactly the wrong time to figure that out. So it turns out I think you have to actually push down on this very center part right here. You can't just pull down on this back tab after you flip the tab open. So I'm going to try that again and show you. Once again, training very important. These are only a few bucks, less than 10 bucks each. Might as well buy a couple to practice with. Trying again with the Mace 10% red pepper spray. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but that's pretty impressive. And it's more of a visible color. I can smell it from over here. It's making me cough. Yeah, and I don't have any of it on me. I'm just standing here behind the camera, and the wind kind of changed a little bit. So I didn't have good high hopes for that, but I'm actually impressed by that. So compared to what I thought was going to be my favorite, the Mace Triple-action spray, the Pepper Guard 10% defense spray actually deployed very well, I think. Whereas this one came out in a very narrow stream, this came out in more of a spray, and it seemed to have some good power behind it when it deployed. There is like I said, the training issue about making sure you know how to flip that tab and pull this down properly. So make sure you know about that. I got a new target up there for my next one. This is the big boy right here, Mace Triple-action Pepper. This is a pretty big can, so you can get a full grip on this thing. I've had one of these in my pocket for a while. It's a little too big for pocket carry in like a dress pant style thing, but in a cargo pant, I think it's great. It's kind of more like what I would call a duty size. If you were maybe a security guard or something, this would be a good one. Whereas the other smaller size of this that I tested before was much more concealable for a discreet pocket carry or for a purse. This thing may be a little big, too big for some purses even. So I'm going to take a shot with this. I have high hopes for this. Well, that shot out. I don't know if you can see that very well because it's not a colored spray. It says it has a UV tracer, but you can kind of see the wetness that it made on that new paper plate that I just put up. It's sprayed out pretty fast. I really like the push button deployment, like I said. And this one's going to have more pressure. It's going to allow you a longer spray also. Now, I'm not doing an endurance test. I'm not necessarily spraying these out to see how long they will spray. I will come back and do that later at the end of the video. Okay, those are all Mace brand. Now I'm moving into the Sabre brand, and just notice, like I said before, about different jurisdictions. This is Sabre Red, which is supposed to be legal in more areas. It doesn't contain the CS tear gas component. It's just oleocapsaicin pepper spray, but just to be aware of that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's ineffective or anything. One thing I want to say about this package that I bought, it's a very affordable package. I think I've only paid like $12 or $15 for it. And the thing I really like about this is they completely captured and embodied all of the philosophy of what I think pepper spray should be. They've done a very good job of giving you a very large capacity for maybe a dorm room if you are in a dormitory type environment where you don't have any other options for home defense, or an apartment type situation. Not everybody is up to what the responsibility it takes to own a firearm, and so in those situations, this right here is a good philosophy that they had, the home and the away kit. This is nice because they give you a keychain clip, which is a quick release keychain. If you need to detach it from your keychain easily, you can, and you've got that to carry with you, and you've got a little bracket here you can mount this, on the wall or something. They come with good instructions also, and they talk about the philosophy of how to use this and spraying it into the attacker's eyes and stuff like that. So I have high hopes for this kit. I'm going to try both of these out, the home and the away. Okay, this is the Sabre Home Kit here, and it actually says it's a pepper foaming defense spray. So I've had bad experience with gel sprays before. I'm hoping that this does produce a good dispersal. If it comes out in a small stream like silly string, it's going to be harder to use. But they do mention that you're supposed to fan it across, so we'll see how well that works. Once again, this is one of the flip-top tab style ones, and as I showed in my earlier test, this is a training issue. You just have to be aware how to use this properly. Oh crap, that was, I was not expecting that. That was fiercely powerful there. I'm impressed, at least with the deployment, and the specs on this thing seem to be good. Like I said, I've tried what was called a gel spray before from a different brand, and I was not impressed because it came out in a very small pencil-like stream, like a silly string kind of thing. But this thing, they've done a good job of making sure it disperses out. When you're under panic, you cannot be making a very precise aimed shot. You're going to just fan this thing across the attacker's face, and you're just fighting for your life. You're trying to get away, so you cannot be concerned about exactly aiming this thing properly. And I think that they have embodied that philosophy very well in this product right here. You can see that it just got all over the place, and it just shot out very powerfully out of this can. So that's easy with the large can. You've got a lot of pressure behind it. Let's try the, I'm going to change out the target and try the smaller size, carry size that they have and see how that works. Okay, now doing a test with the smaller size that came in this kit. This comes wrapped in a complete plastic overwrap over the can so that you don't see the can itself. And it does have this style turn tab. So like I said, it's a training issue. You have to make sure you get down and you can't just turn the tab and pull the tab down. You've got to get up into the center of the button and push it down. I've had problems with others where they require a very firm push to deploy fully and actually make a full power stream. I've had no problems with any of the brands I've tested today. It seems like any sort of a gentle push causes it to come out full power. Some of them appear to be stuck that I've done before, but nothing today. Everything I've tested today has been easy to push. So I'm going to show you from the tab on the safety position how quick it takes me to flip it over and deploy it. Wow, that was very quick. You saw me, that came out in a very thin pencil spray, and so, but the spray is a visible orange color, so you saw me sweep across and then have to turn the spray into the target. And that's okay, because normally you would be making a sweeping motion just kind of all over the place anyway. And I think this comes out very good. It's got a good power behind it. It goes a good distance if you need it to go a distance, but up close works fine. Okay, next up is going to be the Sabre Red pepper spray. That's what they call maximum strength. This one is, like I said, with the Sabre Red, it's formulation legal in all 50 states. Some cities and municipalities may have something to say about that. I'm not a lawyer, but this is good because I think that this is one of the optimal sizes for pocket carry. They've made it a little bit bigger than one of my other favorites, the Mace Triple-action. So it's just a little bit taller than that, but it's not too big. And they've got a metal pocket clip on here, so that's nice. There is no keychain lanyard on this, so be aware that, especially depending on how you normally dress and all that, and some females may normally want to have this on their keychain because they don't normally carry things in their pocket. This is designed for pocket carry, has no provision for a keychain. Alright, taking this right out of the package and taking a shot with it. Once again, training issue to be aware of is turning this knob and being able to press it properly, so you should always have one to practice with. That worked fairly well. One issue to be aware of is that some of this has actually dribbled out onto my hand, and I just got a couple drops on my hand, and the front of it's not very clean, so just be aware of that, of course you would probably use this once and throw it down anyway, run. But some of these can be a little messier than the others. This is probably the one that I've had that's dribbled out a little bit, but I don't think it's an issue or anything. Okay, getting close to wrapping up this video. What I'm going to do is a kind of a grand finale and show you how long these will actually spray, how much chemical is in here, and how much propellant is in there. And I'm going to group these from smallest to largest. Now, I'm actually going to start with this one because this is an old one and I've fired it several times off camera, so it's probably less than a third full. I'm just going to finish that off. This will be the Pepper Guard 10%. This is the Sabre Home Away kit. This is the away one that came in the package. This is the Mace Triple-action, the small size. This is the Saber Red Maximum Strength. This is the Sabre Home Away kit, the home one that came in the kit. And this is the Mace Triple-action, the large size. I'll announce each one of these before I spray them. I won't necessarily change the target. I'm just going to hold the button down and sweep it back and forth and show you how much is in there before it runs empty. Okay, first up is going to be the Mace 10% pepper gel. And we're out. Pepper Guard 10% defense spray. Wow, that was quick. Only about 2 seconds worth. I'm actually having to back up here. I've made so much of a stink that it's starting to get to me if the wind blows the wrong way. This is the Sabre Red defense spray from the Home Away kit. This is the away version. I got a little bit of splatter back on that, so it's running empty now. Okay. I'm glad I did that. I'll show you an issue with these. If you're really close and it's very powerful, and even if the wind changes or something, you could get some splatter back. It's not really in my eyes or anything, but it is causing me to cough a little bit. Okay, this is going to be the Mace Triple-action. It's the small size one. Okay, that's it. That was a good several seconds of spray there. I can definitely smell that, some sort of orange smell to it. This is the Saber Red Maximum Strength. Wow, there's quite a lot in this little can. That's pressure's dropping off now, but got quite a lot of spray out of that can. That's pretty good. Here's the Sabre Red Home Kit, and I'm going to stand back for this one. I'm getting too much splatter. Crap. Look at that. Pretty stinking effective, isn't it? You got several good seconds out of that just covering up the plate. Okay, last but not least, I have the Mace Triple-action, the large size can. I'm actually getting a pretty weak stream right there. I'm going to call it that's the end of its effectiveness. So, for the triple action it claims to have, I can't test effectiveness. Like I said, none of my buddies would volunteer to be pepper sprayed in the face. But I had high hopes for this, and I'm not necessarily saying this is the best, not that it's bad. Well, we made quite a mess today, didn't we? That is pretty nasty stuff. So, in conclusion, do I necessarily have a recommendation for you? Well, no, I'm not going to claim myself to be any sort of expert in these, and it's just a limited experience of just what you saw here in the video. But I think the video speaks for itself. A lot of these that I had very high hopes for, that looked very good in the specifications, were not as impressive as I thought they would be. Others that kind of didn't know much about really came out and surprised me and impressed me. This guy right here, obviously that's pretty nasty stuff. If you had that on your bedstand, if you need to hit somebody up who were breaking in your window in the middle of the night, that would be something. So, you have to make your own decisions, make your own conclusions, but I present you this video to show you the differences, all these in a side-by-side test. I guess I got to say one more thing about philosophy before I close out. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying as saying that these are a replacement for any other type of personal defense or home defense. So it's just one more tool that you can add to where you're not just caught empty-handed. All right? Signing off. Be safe and have fun.